Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to Cevo, Season 6 with Truesight TV. I'm SP Revolution 5, joined tonight by Reinessa Dota for Wheel Wreck While Whistling up against Union Gaming of Peru. Reinessa, how's it going?
It's going pretty well. I'm glad my pub ended just in time to sneak right into the lobby.
Yeah, it has, it's been a pretty interesting lobby as well. We had a bit of an issue where the admin could not stay, so luckily we did manage to stay on the ticket after we convinced whoever was hosting to start the lobby. But we'll looking to hold on to their title. They're sitting toward the top of the Cevo standings right now with 4th at the moment, 6-3 for them. Union Gaming, after their loss last night to the Justice League, which was extremely surprising. They're sitting 6th with 6-4. Last night, Reinessa, they drafted interesting heroes, and well, it didn't work out so well. Did they
deviate from true South American Dota?
Oh no, it was true South American Dota with the, oh my god, they're gonna throw, and everything, but it just didn't work out so well for them. It was like a Lena Lion and no true core lineup against a Medusa who got a great start with the troll on the team. Yeah. But tonight they are feeling pretty confident. They're going to pick up a Shadow Fiend as a second pick against a Juggernaut. A hero that I personally don't feel he does that well against.
Yeah, I'm not sure quite what they are expecting a Shadow Fiend to do against a Juggernaut. I mean, I guess the expectation is just Shadow Fiend has a pretty decent physical damage output.
Yeah.
And especially if he does die, I mean, he's going to, right after he dies, he weakens the armor of everyone around him. So that should also assist. But maybe they probably have more of a plan, so the Shadow Fiend's kind of more of the confusing pick. And their plan will become a little more clear when they pick up their other heroes, but they may want to keep their strategy a little quieter, especially if they need this win to really cinch doing well in Cevo. So this might be their game they need to bounce back for.
Yeah. They do ban out the Vengeful Spirit right away, which is a hero we often see paired up with Shadow Fiend. But, I don't believe we're going to be seeing that tonight, since they are the ones to ban it out. Omni Knight being picked up by Wheel, though, that's their kind of tried and true staple hero. We always see them picking up the Omni if they can. Or the Necro, the Dazzle, whatever they can get for heal, they love to have that on their side, so.
Yeah, and Omni Knight, if you can figure out where to run him and get him his levels, he's incredibly powerful.
Mm-hmm. And Slark banned out by them. You can't blame him for that. Slark is too popular right now, and he's too strong. Union do definitely take a page out of last night's book and say, hey, Faceless Void, you got to go. Troll Warlord, you've definitely got to go.
Troll has really come back into popularity.
There was a bug fix somewhere along the way that changed something with Fervor, and now it stacks on the first hit rather than on the second. And he just shot straight back to the top.
Interesting. I wasn't aware that that was a bug.
I wasn't either, and I wouldn't be too surprised to see it reverted in the next patch to, like, say this is not a bug, this is the way the hero needs to be.
Like,
simply because he's too strong. Like, he's first pick, first ban material, and it's not like something like Batrider, even, where, okay, you can pick up a Vengeful Spirit, you can pick up a Shadow Demon, something to deal with it. How do you deal with Troll? Well, you get a lot of stuns. Okay, that doesn't do enough.
I guess stuns and armor, maybe?
Armor works well, but he can still bash you, and then just create space on a small level for his own allies to take you down very quickly. Rubik will be coming out from Union Gaming. A very nice pick against the Omni Knight especially, but against the Jug as well, and a great hero to have. If you can get Omni Knight spells, it's going to be great to have alongside Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, I mean, Rubik is always such a solid support. He adds an element of surprise to the game and an extra level of complexity. I mean, you have to make sure you're using your spells in the right order and just be incredibly careful. So, I tend to like Rubik picks. I think he can do a lot as long as the team works around him.
Yeah. It is interesting to see them pick it up so early, because generally you want to save a Rubik till later so you can maybe get some more ults out of the enemy team, but this is kind of saying you want to think twice before you pick up those big team fight heroes, like a Tide Hunter,
Yeah, it's almost
Magnus.
like banning them out without having to use your bans on them.
Yeah, Dazzle will come out from Wheel, and again, this is just what they like to do. They'll get some disables up in the supports. Juggernaut probably going to pick up that Basher Abyssal Blade after he gets some attack speed on him, just to ensure they're locked down, and then they don't have to worry about their supports providing the lockdowns.
And this is also, I mean, these are very surviving focused. You know, we've got 2 heals here, and a massive amount of armor, and protection from auto attack damage. So I wonder if the Dazzle's a great pickup against a Shadow Fiend. I mean, a Shadow Fiend's gonna remove your armor, and he wants to burst you down, so... And Shadow Fiend's fairly squishy, so if Dazzle can Shallow Grave someone, they can take out Shadow Fiend, not worry about the ult killing them off, and then there's also Weave to drop to help you out with the aura afterwards.
The only danger to this is giving away Shallow Grave to Rubik while Shadow Fiend's on the board can be terrifying, because you can just Shallow Grave him up and he can waltz in, pop the ult, and just say,
5 seconds remaining.
what are you going to do?
Shadow Fiend would also absolutely love having the free BKB from the Repel Steel. We see a Doom picked up, so Doom is great against all of these heroes.
Except
the challenge
Dazzle, in my opinion, you've got such low armor that you're saying, hey, drop Weave on me. Now I have even less. It's iffy. It's great, though, to be able to Doom the Dazzle or the Omni Knight, because it takes them out of the fight. The problem is, though, as well, they...
10 seconds remaining.
Like, if you Doom one, the other one will save that one, probably.
That was my challenge with the Doom pick, is that there's too many targets to Doom, and I think this will have to be either an Ags or an Ags refresher game, really, for the Doom to be effective, because he either has to force them out of the fight by having the Ags, or he has to be able to do multiple targets.
Yeah.
But there also is an Earthshaker, which is quite a bit of lockdown. That's a lot of magic damage, which Omni Knight does have Repel, and I mean, they do have their heals, but Earthshaker's a lot of burst damage all at once, and you come in with a Doom as well. I mean, so I think Union Gaming right now have the significantly better team fight, whereas Wheel are just looking very defensive. But I think Wheel might have an easier time executing, because I think they're more capable of sitting back at this point, whereas Union Gaming will have to execute very well to get the fight to go all together as they want it to.
Yeah, of course. It's going to be interesting to see what Wheel are going to pick up. Now, they definitely need their mid and off lane, and we're going to see a Clockwork come out. I am not too sure how they're going to run this. This could be Relic's hero. It could also be Talera's hero. They'll ban out the Sniper, though, from Union Gaming, and this is a ban I'm a little surprised to see. The Clock Sniper can be a nice combo to be able to just zone out the enemy, and Sniper just sits in the back dealing damage, but I don't feel like he's a strong hero right now. Anti-Mage will come up for Union Gaming, and there's their beef. There's their damage, even if their team's, excuse me, a bit greedy.
I would say it's a lot greedy at this point. I mean, so...
You have to farm up an Anti-Mage and a Shadow Fiend. I mean, granted, they're 2 of the fastest farmers in the game, but...
Doom also takes up a decent amount of farm. I mean, he's always going to be looking for something to devour as well. So this will be interesting to see how they play this. It is nice that they have such strong team fight that they should be able to fight without the Anti-Mage for a little while and make some space for him.
And when you add Anti-Mage on top of that, it's going to be extremely strong. Dazzle's mana pool especially. He's nice and squishy. You'll be able to burst him with the Mana Void when you know he's low on mana. And also, you'll be able to do tons of damage to these other heroes. However, they're pretty tanky. Juggernaut, not as much, but he's a hero who, right now at least, can be aggressive in the face of Anti-Mage.
This is interesting. I'd forgotten. I always forget about Anti-Mages. Just, you know, that him auto-attacking wrecks a Dazzle. You're right about that. That's, I mean, absolutely, that is going to be a sad, very sad, sad Dazzle.
Ooh, OD. Okay, this is something we've seen in the past. And I've once had someone describe it to me in a pledge, like, in a pub, excuse me, that OD is kind of the anti-mage. Because every time your team casts a spell, you've got a 40% chance of restoring the vast majority of their mana. And so, if you always have full mana, where's the mana void? You can't find it. Which, in theory, seems great. It seems like, oh, we found the hard counter. The problem is that OD has such a huge mana pool, if Anti-Mage gets the jump on him and gets one bash off, you can team wipe off that. So it's kind of one of those high-risk, high-reward pickups.
Again, the nice thing is that OD does have, I mean, look at how defensive the Clockwork Dazzle and Omni-Knight. Now, granted, Clockwork can be aggressive, but I think with Battery Assault and Cogs, the zoning capabilities, I think that Clockwork can be incredibly defensive. And this will be hard for Union Gaming to really execute the way they need to.
Yeah, not only can you grave someone to keep them from being doomed out, not only can you heal someone to keep them from being doomed, you can also imprison someone and then straight up deny them if you have to. So, definitely a great place to be. I don't really like OD against Anti-Mage in terms of lockdowns, simply because, well, guys, I imprisoned him. He can't blink away until he's not imprisoned anymore. And then he can blink away just fine, but...
Yeah, and plus that blink is such a short cooldown that imprisoning him might just save him long enough for him to blink.
Yeah. At least we don't have to worry right now about any taco pause, tactical pause crap, because there's literally no wards out on the map right now.
Yeah, I noticed a little bit of that in your chat, and I'm not aware of what they're talking about, actually.
You didn't hear about the E-Hug drama? UG played E-Hug in the grand final of the Dota Regions Championship on Sunday night. And let me find the Join Dota article, because it'll tell you more clearly what happened. I didn't see the game, but I've heard the story for sure. There was an unpause. Not a pause. It wasn't a tactical pause, okay? Critical tri-lane versus tri-lane scenarios. Union Gaming sends Rubik, Earthshaker, and Viper to deal with E-Hug, Sand King, Skywrath, and Necro. Teams jockey for position, and then Infinity pauses the game. Almost immediately after, and without explanation, Union Gaming's offlaner, who was not involved in the 3v3, unpaused the game, and E-Hug gave away first blood, not realizing they were doing so, really.
I don't think I understand.
Yeah. Basically, nobody said go. Or something. I think they said sorry. And...
Oh, okay, so he unpaused without agreeing, so some of the...
Oh, okay, yeah. 35 seconds into the game, E-Hug pauses and says, sorry. Our offlaner Greedy thought this meant sorry, go. And unpaused.
Interesting. Interesting. Lots and lots of drama.
Yeah. They've lost 25% of their prize pool money and are not being admitted into Season 3.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I mean, that can be a valid mistake.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's kind of like, okay, look, you're a team that's, we know has done this kind of thing in the past.
Yeah.
We absolutely know you have. And then something like this comes up, we're not trying to be prejudiced, but we're also going to cover all our bases at the same time.
Well, I mean, I suppose that's fair. It's unfortunate that they won't be admitted to the next season. But I do agree with the prize pool change, most definitely.
Yeah. I'm fixing our casters here, yep.
I'm noticing that.
Oh, shit. Excuse my language.
Okay,
There we go!
nicely done.
Got it. I'm just gonna mod British. I can trust him. Oh wait, I've got to go. I've got Internet Explorer logged in as Truesight TV. Yes, I know, bracing for flames.
I actually do an incognito window for if I have separate accounts on things.
But see, then I'd have to log into it every time.
Oh no, Chrome still remembers the passwords, even on incognito.
Yeah, but I have to go through the login process. Like, it doesn't remember you entirely. right?
It's funky. Twitch is also very buggy because if I try and change my channel description, it's okay, but if I try and change my title, it makes me log back in and change my title 3 or 4 times. So I've been leaving my title the same for forever now. I just don't change it anymore.
Yeah, it'll give you like error updating. Yeah, let me give you guys the article, by the way. Since you guys are asking.
Keep this set, get 200 viewers here.
Yeah, we had 200 last night, Reinessa. It was quite the game last night. It was pretty one-sided, but still an exciting game to watch. And I'm hoping this game will be interesting. Not sure why it's... Okay, here we go. We are ready to go.
Well, I am hosting you, and I instituted a points system on my channel, so people are getting points for watching in my chat.
I do want to talk about that, because I've got an idea with Truesight TV that we could have people get wards for being on the channel, and then bet wards on upcoming matches. But I need to figure out how to get all that set up. So,
yeah,
anyways,
it's very easy. So,
okay,
another day we can go through that. It took me about 5 minutes. There's a YouTube video that shows you exactly how to do it.
Okay, well that would be great. Anyways, getting into the game here, we've got Wheel up against Union Gaming. On the side of Wheel, we'll have Fan of Soyan on your Omni Knight. Sleazel will be on your Juggernaut. Derp will be on the Dazzle, and actually we may have a little bit of action here as Greedy is moving up into the lane, trying to get the ward off, but they're ready. Sleazel's going to zone him out at least. Mid lane will have Relic on the Outward Devourer.
30 seconds.
And bot lane it'll be Talera, their stand-in on the Clockwork.
Alright, and as we saw up top, we've got Greedy playing this Doom, and then moving towards the middle lane, we've got Leo Style on the Shadow Fiend. And then down bottom for our tri-lane right now, it looks like we have got, I lost where I was. There we go. We've got Z-Talk on the Earthshaker, Benjaz on the Anti-Mage, and then last, Rubik, our stand-in. So what is this? I'm not...
Zendrils is what I call him.
Zendrils. Alright, I can go with that. And they are de-warding, so that's a nice first play by them.
And Greedy trying to grab the rune there. Omni Knight ends up getting it and dishes out a ton of damage back at the Doom. A very nice start for Wheel. Going ahead and putting Doom kind of low on region. Of course, guys, we are Truesight TV. I'm SP Revolution 5, joined by Reinessa Dota. And we're happy to have you guys here. Yeah, just ignore the chat. They're trolling. You know Rookie, Reinessa.
Rookie?
How could you forget? Okay. Just, it's good. Don't worry about it. Anyways, Leo Style not going to have the greatest mid lane here. He'll get his intelligence sapped.
Actually, down bottom, Talera.
He's going to have a really bad lane. As Benjaz actually gets the first blood. That's 500 gold up on an anti-mage. Less than a minute into the game. I believe he also got the bounty rune. Yeah. So he is sitting very pretty right now. Level 2 already. Clockwork. Not exactly the most confident kid on the block at the moment.
Yeah, that is unfortunate for him. That they got the first blood right away. But this is going to be a very hard tri-lane for him. Rubik just to pull him out of position. Earthshaker as well to punish any positioning, make it... I mean, the Fissure is incredibly long, so he can give Rubik a really easy initiation chance here. And then with the Anti-Mage Blink, even if the Fissure's slightly in the wrong spot, there's a lot of positioning opportunities.
Yeah, and Anti-Mage's mana burn as well. Just the fact that he can burn Clockwork's mana very early on and say, look, you've got these high mana cost spells with a very low mana pool. I don't know what you think you're planning to do, as actually there will be a Sentry Ward placed down here. They're going to lift him up. He doesn't get the cogs off, but his Sentry will be taken down. Got about half damage on the enemy Sentry, but it wasn't enough. Doom actually getting killed by a neutral creep. Tactical death, I hope. But I actually didn't see him get any...
Yeah, I'm not seeing any item changes, so I'm not sure if it's a tactical death, because I feel like he might have bought something, but maybe didn't have any money. And this Rubik lift on Talera is so cheeky. I mean,
oh no! I didn't know that.
Until there's a flying courier. I don't think the courier can get one up here.
You can get one up here if it goes into the Roche pit. It can actually pass you a TP up. The problem is, what these supports should be doing is coming around here and waiting for the courier that's going to be coming right there.
I actually think Earthshaker is sitting here. But you're right, they really should be
He
more
can't kill the
aggressive.
courier from this range.
Radiant's top tower.
The only downside is that Tullera could possibly pop cogs and maybe bother him. Actually, wait, if they see him TP, they can just interrupt it.
That might be what
That's what they're
planning.
trying to do.
They're putting it out. They're gonna wait for him to TP and then Fisher and then erupt it. This is diabolical.
It's
Like,
just
how are things
mean.
going on?
It's just mean. There was one of these, do you ever watch the WTF moments on YouTube for Dota?
I don't. But if it had anything to do with Purion Flax,
No. It was the, like, they're, I want to say they're, like, Peruvian or Spanish. They do it in Spanish, I can tell that much. And there was one where the poor guy got trapped on this cliff, and, like, he sends, like, 4 TPs, and they keep getting canceled. And I want to say at one point there were even 2 people on the cliff. It was...
I mean, I've seen instances like this, and they're pretty amusing.
The worst part is, he can't even fake TP. Like, oh, I'm gonna TP. No, there's no telegraph for it at all. So, Earthshaker can just wait here. And he doesn't even have Rocket Flare. He can't get anything while he's here. He's a human ward right now. Look, guys, we've got an invis rune. Don't worry. Mission accomplished.
I will share this with your chat.
Okay.
Chat, I took a moment.
Invisibility.
This is quite relevant. So, I mean, this is oh my goodness!
Yeah, they brought Omni over just to say, no, you won't interrupt this TP.
Tower is under attack.
I mean,
Which...
well played that they have that option.
And Sleazel is actually up here behind tower. Doom has put no pressure on this lane. In fact, he died to the Juggernaut while Omni was out of the lane.
And Omni has face and stuff already, and that's without the first blood to help him out, like Anti-Mage has.
Or
Now,
Juggernaut,
they
yeah.
are going in on the Dazzle here, bottom, a nice Fisher here from Z-Talk, and I think Clockwork Talk's not enough to save him, but they do trap Z-Talk here. I don't think they'll be able to kill him, they're just gonna do some damage for us.
Did some reasonable damage, but keep in mind that Earthshaker was just waiting over here for the stun, and he had 2 tangos and a clarity to work, and 2 clarities to work with, so he's gonna be able to do that. Meanwhile, Shadow Fiend not having the best time in lane. He is sitting 24-4 to OD's 28-13, and OD doesn't have a point in his queue just yet, which is standard, but he's not gonna be able to dish out that high amounts of damage we're used to seeing from him just yet. However, he is stopping Shadow Fiend from using his raises like he'd want to. Generally, we'd want to see this camp stacked, or other camp stacked. He does have a double stack on the hard camp, but he's not going to be able to farm it anytime soon, seeing as he won't even have enough mana for 1 raise. And literally 0.1 mana regen, so... yeah.
Now, I'm still looking back at this place where Ruby threw Clockwork. I mean, it's such a brilliant place to throw him. I'm not sure. Can you eat your way out if you eat through these trees and then keep going? Is there a
No,
path there?
I don't think you can walk right here.
That's what I was
would've-
wondering. I'm not sure if like this.
Oh, and meanwhile, OD actually goes in on Leo Style and dies to him. And keep in mind, Relic's Shadow Fiend is pretty much the guy's signature hero altogether. Let me just real quick turn off Edge Pan. That's why my camera is so wonky here.
Now, is Relic Shadow Fiend going to do the things to me that Smash's Brewmaster did?
Dire's middle
But
tower
no,
is under attack.
keep in mind, this isn't Relic's Shadow Fiend. He's against it. So I'm saying he should know the matchup a bit, but still... But Leo Style playing it very well here, and actually has found himself the double damage rune. Up top, we do have Sleazel getting lifted behind the tower. Greedy trying to chase him down, but that healing ward is going to be just enough, and it's not even worth the right click to bring down at this point.
He's getting another stack in here in the jungle, so he's going to have a 3 stack in that large camp, which will be really nice for him. He also has a DD bottled. Let's see, now they've put Dazzle's back up top. Does that mean the Juggernaut's having a hard time?
He's doomed, but he's going to be fine here.
I don't think that'll kill him. Maybe just a zoning doom, but Rubik goes down. I mean, this Dazzle is very powerful. He's actually almost level 6. He's leveling very well, especially for how much he's had to rotate around. I mean, going down bottom to help out the Clockwork I guess the Killzone Doom top helped out quite a bit. I'm assuming that Dazzle was there to help out the Juggernaut when Omni rotated down bottom.
Well, Dazzle actually had rotated down bot, and he was just sitting by the tower getting some XP because, let's face it, Clockwork wasn't in a position to do so. So, might as well use your off lane for something, and Dazzle's definitely a kind of hero who can sustain a bit and stay alive. Anti-Mage now sitting on a broadsword as well. Kind of surprised he didn't go for the Claymore there, but that's his own choice, I guess.
I am enjoying the fact that Omni Knight doesn't have a single item. Now I assume he's just going to buy straight mana boots. But
yeah, definitely.
the inventory is amusing to see.
I mean, okay, I will say one thing. We have seen Fan of Soyan, otherwise known as Goody, go for some pretty greedy stuff in the past on his support play. It could potentially be a Midas.
It could be.
This is the buy nothing.
Midas is surprisingly good just because of how late games are going. So, I mean, people are picking them up 12, 15 minutes in just because there's no harm in getting it because games just go so late. And both teams, I think, are looking to take this late.
I had a,
is very strong. Omni gets incredibly strong with his Agnums. Clockwork stays relevant the whole game, and then you also have Anti-Mage, Shadow Fiend, Doom. So both
and just with levels,
to take this late. And there's a kind of a late minus on Shadow Fiend.
I wouldn't call it very late, considering he is mid lane, and
I'm surprised that he has an extra 600 gold. It was like he couldn't decide, and they talked as a team and decided, okay, guys, let's take this late.
Yeah, it's a little surprising there, but he's actually going to have enough for Midas, Treads, Wraithband, and Bottle right here at the 9-minute mark just about. He'll be Bottle Crowing back right now, but being very efficient with his farm and actually out-farming the OD and killing him in lane, definitely winning this lane early on. However, Sleazel going to jump in here. There is an Imprison on the Shadow Fiend, and Omni Slash is ready to go. There was a stun, though, and a lift out on Sleazel. Can he get the Omni Slash off? He will, but it won't quite be enough. OD ult comes out. Sleazel's going down to a tower hit. And a 1-for-1 trade that, in my opinion, is actually going to favor Union Gaming?
I mean, so we can look at the fight.
Wheel just barely, it looks like.
It's pretty much even, so XP goes towards Union and gold goes towards Wheel by tiny amounts to both sides.
They definitely need the gold, though, because Union has been leading in net worth, while Wheel has been either leading or tied in terms of XP. So
I would say that's more in favor of Union because they didn't use anything, so Shadow Fiend didn't actually use all. He died and it just went off, and he's got a really easy way to get his souls back from some of these stacked camps.
Yep, it's a hand of Midas for Goody as well. It's Midas Gaming coming up here. We have 3 on the board and now a recipe for Fan of Soyan, which usually if you see your support buying nothing first 10 minutes of the game and then a Midas recipe shows up, you're like, okay, how about no?
And they're just planning on taking it late. That's all there is to it. But right now, both the Juggernaut ulti and the Outworld Devourer, is that his name now? They've changed it so many times. Okay, Outworld Devourers.
Outdoor Decorator.
Down, and those are some long cooldowns. So Union Gaming can feel fairly safe right now. They can be a little more aggressive. And we see this. There's a smoke from the Rubik and the Doom. Looking to maybe be aggressive on OD here mid. Potentially move into the jungle. And there they find the Juggernaut. So they want to make something happen while they know these big ults are down and there's a lot less counter initiation that can happen.
Yeah,
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah,
sorry, lost my train of thought. Yep.
It looks
And
like so he's doomed.
he's dead.
He definitely go down. Dazzle heals him up. There's a grave as well, but I think they're gonna go for the deny. Nope.
Top tower has fallen.
If he times it right, he can actually save him.
Heal?
Maybe. Yep, he'll live. Holy crap, Relic. And especially Derp with the plays there.
And that rotation, I thought that potentially that would happen. But I don't know. I thought maybe they'd pick him off before the Dazzle had time to. So I would say good, just good skill built here. But I can't believe he's level 8. This is really impressive. A level 8 Dazzle 12 minutes in, who's in a tri-lane for the first 5 or 6 minutes.
Keep in mind, he's got 3 Observer Wards, 2 Sentries, and a Medallion. It's most of it's on the Courier now, so just to prove it here. There's also a Mask of Madness coming up for Sleazel, actually already done with 500 to spare. This is getting scary from Wheel, but Let's take a look at our good old hitting creeps, buddy. Anti-Mage is sitting about 500 gold. I think he actually has it. Holy crap. This is Illidan level farm, ladies and gentlemen. If I can... Yep, it's done.
Yeah, I mean, but look at the Anti-Mage CS. He's got...
98.33.
Yeah, he's got his Battle Fury. 12.5 minutes in on top of having treads.
And his team has Midases. The best part is their mid-game is not even that bad. With Shatterfiend, Earthshaker, and Doom, as well as a Rubik to back them up, they can create tons of space for Anti-Mage.
Now, Earthshaker either almost has a Midas or almost has a Blink.
I think he needs to go Blink. With how greedy the team is being, and how greedy the team naturally is, he desperately needs to get Blink. I wouldn't be opposed to it being a first item Blink before Boots, even. Earthshaker's one of those few heroes, kind of like Magnus, where you can get away with that. But meanwhile, at the Roche Pit, Sleazel's gonna have his cake and eat his cheese, basically.
Yeah, it will be a very early cheese this game with a Roche going on this early. Master Madness Juggernaut with the healing ward.
And the medallion. He's not even used healing ward.
Well, that's true, because he does have that heal.
This is why Wheel loves to have their healers around here. Aegis is up. They put, I believe, a Stout Shield back on the Courier, as well as the Branch, and Sleazel is ready to slay something here. Zendrill's luckily stole the Imprison, so he'll keep him out there, but the hookshot comes in from Tolera. The Cogs as well. There'll be a lift. He at least sets him down there. Zendrill's gonna go down to a nice little swing of Sleazel's blade. However, Shadowfiend coming in, Haste-Rune up, but a little afraid of your Juggernaut there as Mask of Madness comes up. He's forced to blink back. A raise comes out. Is it enough? There's a stun in. The ulti comes out from Juggernaut, and it will be enough to bring down the Shadowfiend. Sleazel going down as well, but his Aegis will bring him back. Relic gets doomed, not even afraid at this point as the slows down Greedy. He gets stunned up. Anti-Mage falls. Doom falls. Earthshaker died somewhere in there.
And I think now Rubik died right at the beginning, right? So that was a full 5-man team there?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, so well coordinated by Wheel here. I mean, that age is making a big difference. And the Doom just came out a little too late. I think had the Doom gone on anyone sooner in that fight, it would have gone a different way. But unfortunately, OD got doomed after he imprisoned Anti-Mage and had already, dropped his ult on everyone. So it was kind of too little too late.
Not to mention they had the Jug Ward just, oh, cool. OD's doomed. Well, let's just heal him up. Okay, mission accomplished. Let's keep going. It's not even phasing them that he's getting doomed. There's also 1,200 gold up on your Dazzle and a Yasha up on Juggernaut. He's not quite outfarming the Anti-Mage, but he's putting up a pretty good fight to do so.
Yeah, he doesn't have the Battle Fury to help him out, but what he does have is more kills. I mean, he has a much higher kill participation, correct?
Yeah, he's got less last hits, but more kill participation, and since Union Gaming was ahead in net worth, that's actually going to mean more net worth for the Juggernaut later on. So, Anti-Mage needing to stay ahead and struggling now. Wheel dipping into a 4k gold lead off that big fight, a 7k XP lead. It wasn't even 15 minutes, British. It was 12:30 for the Treads Battle Fury. And what's he got now? Yasha getting done. His farm has slowed down significantly, but keep in mind, he did finally die, so that's a problem. But he'll be going for bot tower right now, and doesn't seem to be too afraid.
Yeah, he wants to be safe. I think both teams are pretty equal going into the late game, but Union can sit back and farm and take their time, but they can't give away another 5-man wipe to Wheel, or Wheel
they
will
definitely can't
run all over them.
They do have a DD up on Leo Style here, but he's working on BKB. Didn't go for something like Blink, so he doesn't really have the mobility to use his ult the way he'd want to. The BKB will be done relatively soon, but will it be soon enough is more the question. Where's our courier at here? Bringing the Yasha to Benhaz. And actually, Tolera, he gets one hit off on it, and Benhaz gonna lead it back home the safe way. That's a blade mail done for Tolera, though. 17 minutes in. Not a bad farm for a Clockwork, especially one who was stuck on the cliff at level 2 for quite a while.
Yeah, he's made some nice recovery. And to interrupt the cast for a little bit, I do know that there's a set being given away. Information on it was just tweeted to @Truesight TV. So
yep, and I am.
Take a second to retweet that. We'll get the word out to let people know. We want to get up to 200 viewers at least for this cast. And the more we get, the more likely you guys might even get quality settings. Now here in the mid lane, Relic is beating down the Shadow Fiend. Now the Earthshaker is here to help him out. So it might be enough. But yeah, Leo Style's still going to go down. That DD Owl Devourer is just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, did I missed that kill, okay. I was kind of hoping my camera was on it thanks to assisted camera, but no. Yeah, just quickly retweeting that for you guys. So hopefully you get an opportunity. We appreciate your viewership, of course. But Wheel, looking and, dare I say it, really good.
Oh, goodness. Did you?
They're a treasure trove of puns, Reinessa.
There is something about these teams when it always seems to work out. Now, I think this is a fairly easy tower here for Wheel. I really don't think Union wants to initiate on this.
They don't have a glyph either anymore. They'll throw out some stuns, but Sleazel's gonna get BKB'd up and just sent back home for a moment.
I like Earthshaker's decision to get this Force Staff rather than the Blink Dagger. Now, Blink is a little better for him, the shorter cooldowns, etc.
But they need to be able to save their allies from Clockwork.
Yeah, Force Staff's going to be able to save everybody, which is a really big deal. And right now, like we said, Wheel has really good ways to just be defensive and mess with the positioning from Union.
Not to mention, it does do less, means he takes less damage from OD's ult. Wow, that was a sentence. And Ben has is just up here like, I'm creep skipping so hard I'm practically Axe on the top lane. And oh, if he can hit this courier,
I don't think
he's not going to see it, and he doesn't see them coming either. He'll get slowed. He'll blink to the mid lane and try to make his way out. He's actually not going to stop farming, it looks like. Clockwork comes in, pops the blade mail and the hook shot as well. But Ben has with the blink away. Can he keep running from this? He'll blink away once more. Meanwhile, the mid tower does go down to Juggernaut. However, Ben is only 800 gold away from his Manta Style. And Sleazel, meanwhile, taking the enemy's Ancients. This is just dirty at this point. And they're going to know it. They'll Force Staff Earthshaker in. Get a crit off. Not doing much damage, though. The slow comes out on Zendrils just to keep him away. But Sleazel's still getting stunned up. We do have a regen rune there for the root bit. Probably for Shadow Fiend, actually. Nope, never mind. Meanwhile, though, in terms of gold, Anti-Mage still hanging on here. Actually, he fell. Dazzle killed him.
I didn't see him go down. I mean, this is unfortunate for Union, but, I mean, right now they're just trying to be annoying, hold on, get some money up. I'm, honestly, I know this happened a while ago. I'm still very surprised at the Midas on Doom. I mean, I suppose it helps them transition to the late game more, I guess, but...
But we're not really seeing what he's done.
Yeah, I don't feel like it was particularly relevant in this case. I will have to see if they take this late enough. This might become, you know, an Ags refresher, AC Shiva's ridiculousness.
Well, we have a blink on Omni, by the way. That's apparently been around for 2 minutes, because British in the chat was like, yeah, we've got a blink on Omni in 14% of games in 6.83. I'm like, wait, what? I'm assuming 14% of Omni games, but... That's,
It's really, I mean, it's very good.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that. Because you can blink, and surprisingly enough, this is without maxing DGNR, which is the kind of build I would suggest a blink on, but...
He does have a Midas, which means he'll be leveling a lot more quickly than you would normally expect out of a support.
Okay. Oh, 64% win rate.
I think that has a lot more to do with the fact that if an Omni has the space to farm a blink, you are probably winning. Now,
yeah.
In this game, I think it's a little different because he did get to go Midas and had a strong early game, but the other team has also gone Midases and is also farming fairly well. So I think it's not so much a case of Wheel is super ahead right now. I mean, obviously they are doing well, and they do have a significant gold and XP lead.
Benaz has the Manta Style done right now. 22 minutes, not a bad timing by any means. Maybe a little slow for top-tier professional Dota, but, I mean, he is up against one of the strongest carriers of the patch right now in the Juggernaut. Speak of the devil, well, there's no devil to see here as Shadow Fiend goes down.
We really need to see some Ghost Scepters come out, which I'm not quite sure where they're going to get the farm for it, but the supports would really love to have Ghost Scepters right now.
I mean,
it'll be a little challenging against the Omni Heal and the OD ult.
That's what I'm saying.
A lot of Wheel's damage is physical, so getting a Ghost Scepter is not too dangerous, and it's usually pretty easy to just Ghost Scepter out of the Jug ult, and it makes him a lot less useful because he kind of needs his ult to do all that damage so he can stay alive. Because in reality, he's not. He is fairly easy to kill, especially with this Mask of Madness up, but when he takes out your entire team with his Omni, there's no one left to kill him.
What you have to do is make it so Jug is not actually trading hits with you. If he can trade hits with you with Mask of Madness, he's fine, but as soon as he gets stunned, which is kind of a problem seeing as he does have the spin,
along with an Omni Repel as well, so
yeah.
he's just permanently immune to everything.
Permanent BKB. But, it's going to be hard to actually lock him down to where you can get that point. Shadow Fiend desperately trying to find some souls here. He's at 25 and does have his BKB available as well as 1500. I'm really wondering what he builds here. Doom being used on Relic up top, and Ben has as well as Greedy on the run here, and Ben has not even blinking away. Sleazel, though, in the meantime, going to find Shadow Fiend yet again down here. I'm going to try to get back up top in time. We do see it in prison. Come out on the anti-mage. He gets hit with the ult, but he still has a sliver of HP left. He'll be able to blink away. But I believe that was a urn charge used by Dazzle.
Plus the poison touch does quite a bit of damage as well, so I'm not sure if it was still active. But this is the second time Dazzle's killed the anti-mage, so Benja's probably a little frustrated with that. But this Dazzle, I mean, he's level 14 in 24 minutes, so I'm going to take a look just at hero levels and see how they're doing. Doom is only level 11. Clockwork is level 12, so the supports of Wheel are actually out-leveling their offlaner. And they're going to take a second. Roche here is about to fall.
And Zindrel's getting taken down by Tolera. The Dire picking up a Roche and a Sheep Stick up on OD. This is why Anti-Mage hates magic. Because Sheep Stick. In every other scenario, he'd just be like, I'll blink out. Oh, they silenced me. I'll Manta and I'll be fine. You sheep him, he's basically food at that point.
While I was saying that Union Gaming just needs to sit back and they can take this late, they are in a dangerous position here. Now, there is the Aegis up on Juggernaut, so he can be a little more aggressive, and I think Union Gaming's gonna have to execute perfectly, and Wheel is gonna have to make a big mistake here. Whether it's missing an ult or something happening to Juggernaut right now. He doesn't actually have enough mana for an ult, so I think
Shadow
he's waiting
Fiend,
for them to kill him.
Shadow Fiend at least got the deny on the tower, which, I mean, technically it's an extra soul, so hey, that's something. He's gonna get imprisoned, and I think that might have just saved him some Sleazel. But the Atos coming out, Ben has his here, but they just can't defend this Rax very well at the moment, and Sleazel is just a monster. Icebar, please nerf this here. Oh, but a 4-man, yeah, okay, they're not gonna follow it up.
We haven't seen, I don't think we've seen an Echo Slam yet, or if there's.
I think there was one, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I played against a lot of Earthshakers today, though, so.
I know, it gets a little lost in the mix.
Was that in my game?
I mean, Earthshaker it looks like he's saving towards a blank or
Yeah.
Ghost Scepter, we don't know. But had he had both there, that would have been an amazing initiation and a lot of potential for damage. But Union Gaming just don't have the farm right now. They really can't take on Wheel. I think they have very defensive wards right now. They have this ward here, so they're going to see jungle farming. And what they really need to do is they need to get a pick off or two. They can't even take an objective after that. They need to get a pick off or two. And then just farm. You know, being able to farm their jungle as an objective at this point.
Yeah, they've got their own jungle warded up so they could potentially farm it. The problem is, by the time they get to it, it's already been farmed. Like, it's over. They don't have anything to farm because Sleazel's eaten all the creeps in the jungle at that point. There's my vision. Back in normal. And now they have a gem on Dazzle, so goodbye vision.
Yeah, I mean, some of their hill wards will be safe.
For a moment, at least.
Yeah,
Until Dazzle puts...
decides to ward there themselves, or Dazzle just drops a weave, I suppose. I believe
I hope he's not going to drop a weave on that cliff. I think that could be considered big throws, but meanwhile, the Juggernaut going in. There's an Imprison out to save the Shadow Fiend. Save his soul, that is. Ben has getting dropped quickly. He has buyback. Is he going to use it? Leo style, dropping fast, but BK beat up, trying to return home. He's not going to make it. He'll be forced to buy back as well, but with half the souls he had previously. And meanwhile, Sleazel eats up the Earthshaker, and there's just not enough to take him down. GG's going to be called in a quick 28-minute game. It's a rampage for Sleazel.
Yeah.
He just walks into the fountain. Look at that.
He got that Basher, and well, now he has Super Basher with the Abyssal and massive amounts of lockdown damage, and there was nothing Union can do. And I mean, I think we kind of forgot to talk about it, but look what happened to Anti-Mage when Omni Knight ulted. There was absolutely nothing he could do.
Yeah, I mean, Mana Void might do something, but at that point, he was already on low health, and he's like, I'm gonna ult. Guys, what do I hit? Quick, somebody tell me how low their mana is, because it's just too chaotic a team fight for them to survive in. And so many heals coming out for Wheel, so much just crowd control and lockdown. There were only 4 kills. Omni Knight never died that entire game.
Yep. So he just got to live and use his Midas and get more levels. This game also I learned something new. Today my learned new thing is that you can be worth minus, negative fantasy points. I was not aware of that.
Wait, who was?
Greedy on the Doom was minus 0.2.
Oh, your fantasy league must count them differently.
I'm not in a fantasy league.
Oh, because mine says 1.0.
Oh. I don't think I'm in a league, but I do see fantasy points at the ends of these games, and this is the first time I've seen negative ones.
I've seen negative ones before. By the way, I think, Reinessa, we're going to try to get the casters here to start a fantasy league next season. So, that'll be fun. Anyways, that's going to be it for us tonight, because I believe that we don't have another game. So yeah, this is Truesight TV. Make sure you hit the follow button on your way out. Unfortunately, we didn't get quite to 200 viewers, so RKO will get to hang on to his set for another day. And congrats to Wheel. I'm SP Revolution 5, though. You can find me at SP Revolution 5. You can find Reinessa at Reinessa Dota. And Reinessa, any shout-outs before you go?
Let's see. I know I had one that I promised, but let me just... I lost it. I had one that I promised, but I can't remember who said they wanted it, unfortunately. I think it might have cleared from my chat. But, yeah, just a shout-out to, the people that hung around and watched from my stream earlier, and to the, everyone else who watched. We love having you guys here. It makes casting a heck of a lot more fun. I'm going to say, even though I don't know who he is, shout-out to this DRCP British, who's given us some great stats, really nice, and I think it livens up the cast quite a bit for the chat to have that there. So thanks for hanging out and doing that for us.
We're going to get him in on stats sooner or later, but right now he can't run Dota on his computer because his computer's broken. Reinessa, we may have another game. I'm going to try to figure that out. Guys, if you'll just stick around a minute, we'll find out for sure. It's up in the air at the moment. Anyways, thanks, and this is Truesight TV signing off for the moment.